There is shock at the extent of the losses in the WA bushfire this morning and deep concern about very dangerous conditions this afternoon. This emergency is not over. Hundreds of people have spent the night in evacuation centres. The fire started at Wooroloo on Monday and headed west towards the Wailunga National Park. An aerial tanker from New South Wales will join the firefighting effort today. Let's take a look at the latest. So authorities have confirmed at least 71 homes have been destroyed, and it's likely that number will increase. Emergency warnings will be updated through the day. Residents of Shady Hills and the outskirts of Bullsbrook have been told to be on high alert. Current warnings are in place for parts of the Mundaring, Chittering and Northern Shires, as well as the city of Swan. Strong winds of up to 70 kilometres an hour are expected this afternoon, likely to make conditions difficult for firefighters. WA's Fire Commissioner Darren Clem says people who are quarantining due to coronavirus should follow evacuation orders if they're issued, saying preservation of life is most important. Evacuation centres have been established at Brown Park in the suburb of Swan View and at Swan Active Midland Recreation Centre. Reporter Rhiannon Shine joins us now from Mundaring. Rhiannon, what's the latest?
Joe, more than 200 firefighters still out there trying to get this blaze under control. It's burning in the Perth Hills. It started in Wooroloo. I'm in Mundaring at the moment, about 35 kilometres east of the city of Perth, and Wooroloo is another 30 or so k's east-northeast of here, and the fire then spread. It took off in a southwesterly direction, and the perimeter of the fire is now 100 kilometres. It's burnt through 9,000 hectares at least and destroyed 71 homes at least. Overnight, fireys had slightly more favourable conditions, but as you say, they're expecting a southerly wind change later today. That's going to push the fire north, they think, and that will put people in the communities of Shady Hills and Bullsbrook, those areas, potentially under threat. So they're being asked to stay on high alert.
And this is all happening while people are dealing with the COVID concerns as well.
That's right, 2 emergency situations. We're in the middle of a 5-day lockdown here in Perth, which means everyone should be staying home. But of course, in an emergency situation, that's not possible. And here's a little of what the Commissioner, Darren Clem, said on that earlier.
The important thing is the preservation of life. And so if you're quarantining and you're required to evacuate, you should just evacuate. And I'd suggest those people that are quarantining, now is the time to give some thought to what's an alternative place that they could go. That might be a family or a friend, that they can go there and continue their quarantining there, notify police. But what we don't want is indecision from people about whether they should evacuate or not when we require them to evacuate.
There you go, Joe. So 2 emergency situations here in Perth, the COVID-19 lockdown and this bushfire emergency. I do have to correct something I said earlier in terms of how it was impacting firefighting logistics and the COVID-19 lockdown. Yesterday we heard from the Deputy Commissioner that it had meant that they were putting fewer people in fire trucks at a time to adhere to COVID-safe practices. But the Commissioner says that's not the case. They'll fit in a truck as many people as they can to be safe with a seatbelt on. However, 2 very serious situations in Perth today and for the rest of the week.
Okay, Rhiannon Shine reporting there from Mundaring.